Hey guys, so we're back again, and this is quite literally about 3 or 4 minutes after the first intro video that we recorded. So
we're very efficient, as you can tell.
yeah, so you can see here we've got Contract Diamond Store. It's not a whole lot different to Jewellery Store, which some of you might have played. I'll go through that in a bit. But we are on hard because on normal mode, if we've done the job before, there's very little to be gained out of it. We can handle hard alright. So again, we're going to go in for a smash and grab approach rather than a stealth approach. So I'll start the heist and then I'll kind of explain the things that are different between this and a regular jewellery store robbery. So in the regular jewellery store job, you kind of just go in and break all the cases, grab all the jewellery you can. There's some safes in the back you can drill, and then you get out with the bags of loot, just, you know, regular old heist. The diamond store is mostly the same. The main difference is it has increased security. Well, I say increased security, not particularly, but it has a camera room that you can go into, which is locked, so you have to break into the camera room. Similar to with the one in the bank that we just showed, but you can pick the lock with that. Sometimes there'll be a way to get into that room from the outside, which makes the stealth job a little easier. Sometimes there's no outside door, in which case stealthing the mission is gonna be more or less an impossibility. The main thing to note about this is you could take the whole place down silently, and the minute you start stealing stuff, the cops are going to be on the way. And the reason for that is that the alarms on the display cases will trigger if you break them, as it says here. All the display cases in there are connected to an alarm. Only way to disable that is the manageress who walks upstairs will be carrying a key card which you can swipe to disable it. So you have to get in and kill her discreetly or tie her up in order to get the card to disable the alarm for the cases. There's nothing to stop you getting everybody on the knees and stuff beforehand, but you cannot break a single case. So I'd advise disabling the alarm first in case when you're killing the guards a shot goes wrong, because if you misfire and you go through one of the display cases, alarm's going off and that's it, game over. You're not stealthing that. As you can see, there's no extra assets to unlock here other than expert driver, which again requires the skill. So I'm going for the exact same setup as last time because it seems like the more logical thing. Are you doing the same as last time, Ash?
Not quite. Instead, I'm going to go in with a submachine gun MP5 to be precise, because I'll be mostly standing outside, which probably means larger range. So,
okay,
yeah.
Makes sense. And again, I'm going to go for my same of long range on the machine gun and shotgun if needed. So I'll sort of, in casing mode, I'll try and show you some of the things I was describing. This is the jewellery store here. And as you can see, there's a guard inside, and that door that I'm kind of looking towards is the security booth. And so there might be a door down the side. I'll just see if I can spot one, but either way, not really worth the effort, because we're not in any way capable of stealthing it due to the big armour and no stealthing. So yeah, there is a side door in this instance, so we could...
Oh my god.
Oh.
We have twins.
That's awesome. Oh, they're going separate ways. Don't fall out.
Following each other then.
Don't fall out, twins, stick together. And I'm pretty sure the woman stood behind the till at the front is the manageress. Up there is the offices where they go to. So we're basically just going to go in and take the security team down. So I'm going to come over here and kind of stand out of view and mask up. The other thing to know, if you're interested in it, is in here there is a guy behind a counter, a till, and usually a safe which you can break into. So what I'm going to do once these people have gone is I'm actually going to just take that down and get the drill going.
On the ground. Get down. Down on the ground.
Okay, that was nice and well done. So I'm just going to tie his hands, quickly grab all the cash, set the drill off on the safe. Not a particularly long drill. And the good thing is, we haven't actually alerted anybody as to what's going on yet. And now Some of you may have noticed that one of the security guards was vaguely glowing yellow. That's because the alarm hadn't actually sounded at that point, which meant you could have still potentially done it stealthily. And basically, you would have had to respond to a pager on the guard if you wished to complete it in a stealthy manner. The civilian that's getting freed is probably the guy I tied up in the car shop. Right, so I'm just going to jump up here where there's another safe. The drill in the other shop has actually broken and not auto restarted.
Sad times.
So I'm going to have to make my way over there. So now that I'm not being quiet anymore, I'll put this window through because it's the quickest way in. I'd say it's maybe worth doing this if you're confident that you can hold it. If not, you're better just grabbing the jewellery and bailing. But me and Nash are fairly comfortable with this mission now. So it's worthwhile because you might get nothing, you know, you might get a little cheese sandwich or something like that. But equally, you can get a bag of cash, bag of gold, you know. You got any cable ties, Ash? I've got a couple of guys here.
I got 3 on my way.
Yeah, so the way I'm doing this is I'm smashing every case. So there's you've got.
Whoa, people! Whoa, you're not going anywhere.
As you can see, the AI guys have got the front of the shop just covered while Ash is away doing that. But I'll duck behind cover. So what I'm effectively doing here is I'm grabbing everything I can that's insta-cash. Because basically, until the assault wave's over, we're not going anywhere anyway, so it's not worth even attempting to start bagging up yet. It just increases the chance that a cop might come in and actually try and make off with one of the bags. So in many ways you're better off leaving it safely stashed in the jewellery displays until you're ready to actually contemplate a movement. So as you can see, this one again has gone offline. And I'm not getting lucky today. When we did the bank job, it restarted multiple times, didn't it, Ash?
Yeah, pretty lucky.
Yeah, but this time I've not had as much luck, so I'm going to break their window out of spite. And, you know, that's just that. I'll go check on that one in a moment, but it's an assault now, so I'm not sure I fancy going out into the street.
No, it's a bit crowded out here.
Yeah. Because while I would do it if I was out fighting, not worth it so much when I'm planning on basically running across the street like a psycho. Ah, phones, who'd have them? Just silence that. Right. As you can see, I'm just literally grabbing as much jewellery as I can get my hands on and smashing all the other cases. And out here, some of the cases, I thought some of them were broke. They looked a bit broke back there, but apparently not. So, oh, hello, Taser. Taser down. So, just these little display cases up back here, and then we're pretty much done on the Instacash part. There's a chance of there being a safe in the security room. To be honest, I usually don't bother with it for the simple reason that it actually is quite a tactical weak spot. If you have that door open, it's a lot easier for the police and other various members of the forces to actually get in here and surprise me and attack me from behind, basically. And I try and avoid that if I can. But yeah, if ever we do a stealth takedown, then if there's a safe, I drill it. But as you can see, that door is still safely shut. And the assault wave's just ended, so I'm off back again to deal with this. So even though I started this drill first, as you can see, it's now less progress than the one inside. That's why I get this done quickly as possible setting up, because it is more difficult effectively to keep that one under control. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to start bagging up all the jewellery and stuff. So Oh, which drill's gone to... Ah, bloody hell, that one again. Yeah, what I usually do is put all the jewellery kind of sort of concentrated around the front door. And the main reason for that is that it's going to be next to impossible for someone to come in and take it without Ash spotting it. So, as you can see, got a nice big bag of money there, so I'll just launch that down into the main room. So, again... Oh, there was a flashbang. Didn't get me as much as it did Ash, but yeah, that is the basic effects of a flashbang.
They used it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's not an assault, why did they use it?
I don't know, but it's an assault now, so... Right, so... Not too much time left on that drill now. So I'm just going to basically bail back into here. Woo! And as you can see, a SWAT team has now made it. Oh, I think this is FBI team, actually. And, like I said, my armor's not great, so it's very easy for them to jump up on me. But yeah, so that is why I like to keep the doors shut. I think that they quite likely have opened the door up here. Yep, they've actually opened the back door. The police do have the possibility of doing it, but I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like they do it that frequently to me. I'm not sure of the figures on it specifically, but certainly talking out of just experience of what I've done on the game, it seems.
Just gonna back up a bit into the shop.
You can always back up into the store, and I can help you. Whoa, shields.
Yeah, just need to regroup a bit.
Well, I got a hit on one of them, but he turned and faced me. Yeah, with shields you really need to work as a team, sort of. Whichever one they run for, the other's just got to put a bullet in the back, basically. It's non-negotiable, it's just kind of the main way you can do it. There is ways to do it on your own, but it's just so much more efficient to just, like, help your teammate out and do it. Just bear in mind, whoever's on this sort of gathering of the jewellery job, you know, remember you do have a gun. You know, you're not inert. You can help shoot, and it's advisable that you do. Always try and listen out, and if your friend calls that he needs covering, just, you know, it's more important than getting the jewellery, because if he goes down, all that you've bagged up don't count for anything, because you ain't going to get away. So I believe that I'm pretty much all done. I think I've got everything kind of tied up in here, so just before we move out, Ash will do a quick sweep of the place, check it out. Hi. And now this safe's open, roll of Instacash there, so that's that done. So now that my job's done, I'm just going to basically help Ash out covering.
Get this assault wave over. Good.
Yep. So the escape van is over there. So we're going to need to kind of clear out a bit of a path that way, and then we can start moving. So if I just hold down tab, you'll see Instacash 222k. So that's quite a good haul. And as you can see, what me and Ash are doing is literally just chucking the bags into the middle of the street. And the reason we do that is that it's not logical to just run with them. It's much better to throw them maximum distance and kind of just keep them covered, and then you move to there, and so you move as a unit rather than running off on your own, which is something I've witnessed a lot of people do. I know that a couple of times I've been kind of in just a random online game, and people have just run off with a single bag, and basically they've got downed halfway between, like, the place that you're robbing and the bags, where, like, the van you're taking them to, and you can't really help them, because it's like, you know, they've got, like, downed in the middle of nowhere. You can't exactly sort of recover them very easily because they're surrounded by cops. So yeah, it's just kind of a case now of moving it. We've pretty much got this in the bag. I mean, it's another assault wave, but there's no point in stopping now. It's just a case of keep going, hunker down, and do what you do best. You know, I mean, Ash has deployed an ammo bag, as you can see, so we're kind of going to use this as a little bit of a base, but on a whole, we're not going to stop moving. We're just going to kind of keep going forward with it.
Shield eliminated.
It's one of the shields down. I just happened to be in the position to deal.
Shield down.
Yeah, the main thing to keep note of though is that you've got your eyes on your loot bags at all times now, because obviously you are surrounded by cops and a lot of them do like to try and grab the bags and move them. So you want to kind of just ensure you've got it covered. And now from here, in theory, I can start throwing into the van. So, maybe not. Oh well. It's close enough.
Drop your man.
So, as you can see in the top corner, we've got 4 out of 6, and yeah, that's what you require from it. So, we're now done. We could feasibly just leave, but as you can see, we're not doing, so that's now 1 extra, 2 extra,
You bozo.
3 extra.
Look at these things
4.
right in front of me.
That's what we mean about watching your civs. They love to just dive in. So now, as you can see, we've got 6 bags, 5 additional bags, 222k of insta cash, and we're good to leave the area.
Fantastic. Just fantastic.
So now you can see it says no money awarded, you need to escape first. That is because sometimes you don't manage to get away successfully. You have to do this little kind of randomly occurring escape, which can be in a variety of places. So in this case, even if you do stealthy approaches, and yes, it can happen even if you're stealthed, it's just a case of going in with your best equipment and just doing what you can.
I cannot fucking believe this shit. That's the fucking police for.
So you don't really know where you're going to end up. There's one, which is this one actually, the shop. This is my personal favourite, and the reason is we kind of have this one down to a T. It's one of the easier ones. You end up getting, like, you end up with an escape chopper on the roof. So it's literally just a case of you have to just watch out for, well, the snipers and the cops while you're out here. Every bag that you took, you will have to move, so bear that in mind. Basically what we do is we chuck them into the store nice and quickly, and then Ash kind of covers the area while I begin moving them around. So first thing to note is there is actually a till in the store which you can rob and get some instant cash. You don't need to pick this lock, just kind of give it a good spray and eventually the door will open. What I usually do is just chuck all the bags straight through that door so that they're in there, and then take them around the corner. But yeah, there's no guarantee that this will or won't happen, and it could be on any random number of maps. We've done a lot of missions and there's still some escape maps that I've not encountered, so if that does happen, that'll be an experience. Right, so as you can see, you know, 30 seconds remaining, and that's on the helicopter's arrival. Ooh!
And didn't spend long playing Starfall, just playing Skyrim now.
I know. It's amusing. And this is the last bag. So I've now got through. And as you can see now, the chopper is waiting. So now what I'm going to do is chuck them all to the back door. And now you can see this, which is point of no return. What that basically means is, at that point, you have to be on the chopper or it's mission failed. So, basically, you've got to move quick on this phase.
Wolf's been a boss over there. Get your ass over here, what are you doing?
Right, I'll start picking the lock. So basically, you pick this back door. I think he's on top of this building now, isn't he, Ash?
He is.
Right, there's 2 buildings that he can spawn on. One is straight across the road, and the other is up on the roof of this building. It's up there, the other one. So basically, to get up to this one, you come along here, you run up here, you look out for that little sniper up there who thinks he's going to shoot at you. And basically you just keep yourself down and covered, and you'll notice the bags are getting up here, and that's because Ash is throwing them up from down there. He just literally grabs them, brings them through the door, and chucks them up. So all you've got to do, chuck them into the chopper. So there's 11 bags total, and it's a very short job. You should easily make the point of no return, but you have to, at a minimum, get your 3 out of 6, your 6 out of 6 of them. You've got to get at least the mission requirements, and then after that it's extras. So, same deal as with the actual heist. After this bag we could then conceivably just walk away, but, you know. Just watch out you don't stand in the escape bit, Ash, otherwise when I run through it it'll kick us out of the mission.
We've had that one before and it was a bit of a buggery.
Yeah. Basically, if you both accidentally stand in the little escape zone down there at the same time, it will trigger your escape and you'll leave the area. So, I think Ash is about to chuck the last bag in, so you can see there we've got all 11, so now we're both standing and boom. So now we get our pay. So contract pay, another 152k of bag loot, which is why it's worth it. Plenty of Instacash.
Good payout actually.
122k spending. And then you get the bigger cut of the XP from the escape rather than the actual heist if you get an escape mode. But yeah. And then once again, you pick your card and see how it goes down. Oh, mask, what have I got? Another colour. And, yeah, weapon mods. You can also get cash and XP from this. So, yeah. In the next video, we're thinking on doing a multi-day job, just to kind of demo that. So it'll be a bit of a longer video. But until then, thanks for watching guys, comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yep, bye.